We are live.
The Senate will please come to order. Please join me in a moment of silence in lieu of a devotional today. Thank you. Are there any announcements? We have two bills for introduction. First, S-43, an act relating to the contractual rights of members of the Vermont State Employees Retirement System, introduced by Senators Polina and Perchlik. Please listen to the first reading.
S-43, an act relating to the contractual rights of members of the Vermont State Employees Retirement System.
You've heard the first reading. The bill is referred to the Committee on Government Operations. Second, we have S-44, an act relating to a Vermont Green New Deal, introduced by Senators Polina, Perchlik, and White. Please listen to the first reading.
S-44, an act relating to a Vermont Green New Deal.
You've heard the first reading. The bill is referred to the Committee on Natural Resources. This brings us to the orders of the day. We have on the calendar for third reading, S-36, an act relating to the modifications to the use of certain coronavirus relief fund appropriations. Are there any amendments before third reading? Please listen to the third reading of the bill.
S-36, an act relating to modifications to the use of certain coronavirus relief fund appropriations.
The question is, shall the bill pass? Are you ready for the question? So please unmute. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed signify by saying nay. The ayes have it, and the bill is passed. The chair now recognizes the senator from Windham.
Thank you, Madam President. I move that the rules be suspended and that we message S-36 to the House forthwith.
The senator from Windham has moved that the rules be suspended and S-36 be messaged to the House forthwith. Are you ready for the question? So please unmute. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All those opposed signify by saying nay. The ayes have it, and you've suspended the rules and messaged S-36 to the House forthwith. We have on the calendar for action S-14, introduced on January 12th, 2021. It was referred to the Committee on Economic Development, Housing, and General Affairs, which reports it has considered the bill and recommends the bill ought to pass. Please listen to the second reading of the bill.
S-14, an act relating to deed restrictions and housing density.
Thank you. The chair is pleased to recognize the senator from Chittenden, Senator Sorokin, for the report of the committee.
Thank you, Madam President. This bill is essentially a correction from a bill S-237 that we passed last session and trying to prevent some unintended consequences. If you look in today's calendar, the lines you want to focus on are lines 17 and 18 of the first page. When our committee went around the state to do our housing tour, we heard from a lot of developers, housing advocates, that in addition So obviously, people are asking for more money for housing. There were some policies they wanted to see changed that would reduce the cost of developing housing. And that became the focus of S237 last year. Some of you may remember that bill. It went through a lot of iterations, both in the Senate and then in the House. It got involved in Act 250 politics, and we put forth several proposals to improve the inclusivity and the density of housing through the permitting process. A few of those survived. Many of them will have to wait for a later date, but the ones that did survive, when the bill left the Senate, we wanted to, through boots and suspenders, make sure that private parties, through side agreements, didn't undermine the remedial purposes of improving density. And ultimately, when the bill passed and came back to us, we were down to two policies. Both, I think, are good, improving and increasing the access to ADUs, which are accessory dwelling units, and the ability to develop small lots. When the bill left the Senate, we had put those belts and suspenders on those two new policies. The House, in their wisdom, I think because there were so many moving parts, changed the language, as you see here on line 17, to sweep in a generic sense, any development that was allowed in a municipal bylaw, which land development is defined in statute and includes almost everything from subdivisions, driveways, deck renovations, water hookups, and things like that. And in effect, what they did unwittingly, I think, is blocked side agreements on all kinds of land development. Many of those side agreements would help develop more affordable housing. So what we're doing is going more back towards the Senate version and just saying those side agreements are blocked in these two instances of accessory dwelling units and small lots. So that's the bill in a nutshell. The second section deals with retroactivity. Because the existing law went into at an effective date of January 1st, some of these side agreements, probably not, but there may be some side agreements out there that are technically invalid, and we want to make sure they're not invalid. So that's the bill in a nutshell. Our committee voted 5-0, and I did present to the Natural Resources Committee this morning as well on this topic. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Senator. The question now is, shall the bill be read a third time? Are you ready for the question? So please unmute. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
All those opposed signify by saying nay. The ayes have it, and you've ordered a third reading of S14. That concludes the orders of the day. The chair is pleased to recognize the senator from Windham.
Thank you, Madam President. I move that the rules be suspended and we take up S9 for immediate consideration.
The senator from Windham has moved the rules be suspended and S9 be taken up for immediate consideration. Are you ready for the question? So please unmute. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All those opposed signify by saying nay. The ayes have it, and you have suspended the rules to take up S9 for immediate consideration. We have on the calendar for amendment S9, the chair recognizes the senator from Chittenden.
Thank you, Madam President. You recall from last week, we quickly passed S9, which extended the sunset date on the presumption of eligibility for workers' comp to our frontline workers. The bill went over to the House. I'm grateful they moved very quickly on it, but they discovered what my counterpart in the House referred to as a typographical error. I'm not sure it's exactly that, but in the sections on effective date, the sections 2, 3, and 4 were supposed to be made retroactive, and the bill we sent them had sections 1, 2, and 3 as retroactive, and they fixed that. Our committee has reviewed that, and we asked the Senate to concur with the House proposal of amendment.
Thank you, Senator. The underlying question is, shall the Senate concur with the House proposal of amendment? Are you ready for the question? So please unmute. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
Those opposed signify by saying nay. The ayes have it, and you've concurred with the House proposal of amendment. The chair recognizes the senator from Windham.
Thank you, Madam President. At this time, I move that the rules be suspended and that we message S9 to the governor forthwith.
The senator from Windham has moved that the rules be suspended and S9 be messaged to the governor forthwith. Are you ready for the question? Please unmute if so. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All those opposed signify by saying nay. The ayes have it. You've suspended the rules and messaged S9 to the governor forthwith. Are there any other announcements? The senator from Chittenden is recognized.
Thank you, Madam President. I'm not usually the one to bring up things like this, but I've heard enough Red Sox and Yankees talk over the years to want to note that a great American and a great baseball player died today, Hank Aaron, who was actually the last Negro League player to be on the roster in Major League Baseball and is considered one of the greatest baseball players of all time. So I just wanted to note his passing.
Thank you, Senator. Are there any additional announcements? The senator from Caledonia is recognized.
Thank you, Madam President. Institutions will be meeting at 1:30. Hopefully, we are going to have Secretary Mike Smith as well as Commissioner James Baker joining us. So, committee members, please try to be on time. Thank you.
The senator from Washington is recognized.
Thank you, Madam President. Senate Finance will be meeting at 1:30.
Thank you. The senator from Bennington is recognized.
Thank you, Madam President. The Senate Education will meet at 1:15.
The senator from Windham is recognized.
Thank you, Madam President. Senate Government Operations will not meet this afternoon.
Thank you. The senator from Caledonia is recognized.
Thank you, Madam President. Senate Appropriations on Fridays meets at 1. Just see you all at 1 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any additional announcements? Seeing none, hearing none, the senator from Windham, the senator from Windham has an announcement. Sorry.
That's all right. Thank you, Madam President. I move that the Senate be adjourned until 9:30, Tuesday, January 26th.
Hearing no additional announcements, the senator from Windham has moved that the Senate adjourn until Tuesday, January 26, 2021 at 9:30. Are you ready for the question? If so, please unmute. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All those opposed signify by saying nay. The ayes have it, and the